For today's Cyber CEO episode.
So both of them really help a lot with research. Kim helps us a lot with entering information into the MLS, which has been a huge help and support in that whole listing process. The other thing that both Xander and Kim are starting to help us with is managing our database. It's really helped us with all those things that are so important, but you always feel like I never have time to do it, but they're so critical that they allow us to ensure that our information is accurate and up to date. We are so thankful for them and how much they support us, and we are very grateful to have them as a part of our team. Just a lot of success.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Kristin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for dropping by. And I know you're very busy, so we really appreciate you being here on the show. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in business, Kristin?
So my name is Kristin 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗶𝗹, and I'm the Vice President of Operations for 𝗦पछि𝗰𝗶𝗶𝗹 Real Estate.
All right. How long have you been in the real estate business?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
So I'm relatively new.
Fairly new to real estate. Now, how about working with someone virtual, just like what you're doing with your cyberbackers? Is this your first time doing it?
It is. This was the first time that I've ever worked with a virtual before. And I've been in business for over 30 years.
And first time doing it. Now, what gave you that push to, hey, I need to venture out into the virtual world and to find myself someone to help the leverage?
It was really some other Keller Williams agents that recommended it to 𝗦पछि𝗰𝗶𝗹, who is our CEO and broker. So there were several agents, but also her coach said, this is something that we should look at.
Okay, gotcha. Now, how did you find out about Cyberbacker then and virtual leverage? Yeah.
Again, it was through some of the other Keller Williams agents. So I'll be honest, we were looking at another company, but we just were so impressed with your approach to the business that we felt very confident in moving forward with Cyberbacker.
Right. And now, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker by now?
So we got our first Cyberbacker. I think it's at least six months, maybe, or 9 months.
For the first one.
For the first one, and we just hired our second one about, I guess it was 2 or 3 months ago.
Ooh. So now 2 cyberbackers in your team.
Yeah.
Was it a big change? Because you mentioned this is your first time doing the virtual leverage piece. Now, how was the transition for you?
I think some of the team members were a little apprehensive because, again, this was so new and we weren't quite sure of how this was going to work. But as we got to work with our first cyberbacker, Kim, he was just so wonderful to work with and really just wanted to help. And as the team and he worked together, he just slowly started taking tasks off their plate, which was freeing them up to do other areas of the business that didn't get as much attention that needed it. And so it's just been great. And so when we saw how much success we were having from that, we said, okay, we had that on the listing side. We're like, we need to do the same on the buy side. So that's exactly what we did when we brought on Xander.
There we go. Now, both of them helping the business grow and helping your, of course, brand be out there in the business world. Now, talk to me more about your experience with Cyberback. Before you even got partnered with both of them, you went through our hiring process. So how did that experience go since you went through it twice?
We did, and the first time the rapid fire interview was at first we were like, oh my gosh, it was a lot, but yeah, because we again had never done that before, but it really worked well because we got a good feel for the different candidates, and it allowed us to narrow it down to like two or three. And then we had a more in-depth interview with those candidates that we identified as possibilities. And then that allowed us to really hone in on Kim on the first one. So it was a great experience. And I will say the team of Cyberbacker does an excellent job of walking you through the process, so that you knew what was coming, and how we were going to approach it. But like I said, until you get in it, you don't fully understand it, but then you do appreciate it, for the approach that is taken, in connecting you with ultimately your Cyberbacker.
Yes, definitely. Again, there. Now, did you have any specific qualifications or specific set of skills that you needed before you got partnered with both Cyberbackers?
We were looking at some of the systems that we use, such as like 𝗙cie or Command, so that was some of the requirements. But honestly, both of our Cyberbackers do not have real estate background, but it hasn't been an issue. And I will say what I so appreciate is how Cyberbacker, I think it's the head backer, continues to work with your Cyberbacker in training them. And that was extremely beneficial and just helped move the process along in getting the Cyberbacker up and running.
Yes, of course, because if you trained your own, if you take off the time from your plate to train someone, I think that's already a full-time job for a different person, right? That's why Cyberbacker is here to support you when it comes to that training, of course. Now, talk to me about tasks. Both Cyberbackers, what are the things that you leverage off to them?
Well, so both of them really help a lot with research. So, looking in the systems like GIS, and really Kim helps us a lot with entering information into the MLS, which has been a huge help and support in that whole listing process. And then the other thing that both Xander and Kim are starting to help us with is managing our database and helping with data pulls or entering, leads into the database. So it's really helped us with all those things that are so important, but you always feel like I never have time to do it. But they're so critical to maintain your database and the information that they allow us to ensure that our information is accurate and up to date, and allows us from a marketing perspective to be confident in, who we're speaking to or marketing to.
So basically they have their hands in almost everything in the business, and almost.
Pretty much.
Now, you haven't been partnered with your Cyberbackers for a year yet, but of course, a lot of exciting stuff. One of the exciting stuff that I want to know about is your growth plan for both Cyberbackers. Of course, you're going to continue growing with you at your business. So what are some of the new things that you got planned for them to do? Let's say new tasks for the next, let's say 6 months from today.
Well, again, I think our team has always had a database, but we really haven't utilized it to the level that we should and need to. And because both Xander and Kim seem to be so comfortable in working, we use Brevity, and they are becoming very familiar with it. I think what I'm excited about is I think they're going to help us better leverage the database, and utilize the features that it offers with their assistance, because our team just never seems to have the time to figure it out. And I think they're going to be able to do it for us. And that is going to be a game changer, because again, we have it, but we don't use it to the level that we should. And I think both Kim and Xander are going to help us get there over the next 6 months. So I'm excited about that.
Gosh, exciting stuff, because again, more things for them to do, more opportunities to grow, of course. Now,
absolutely.
fairly new partnership again between you and your cyberbackers. I'd like to know, how did it become a successful partnership between you and your cyberbackers? Because we both know a partnership is a two-way street. You both have to work on it from your side and your cyberbackers side. So how did it get to this point? How did it become successful between you and your cyberbackers?
I would definitely say the one thing that we focused on first when we brought Kim on and then Xander is the communication. And that has been, so I personally meet with both of them and the teams every Friday just to see how everybody's doing. You know, where are there opportunities for us to continue to get better? How can they continue to grow, as you talked about before? Like, what other areas of opportunity can they assist us with? So they meet with the teams that they support every week, and then we all meet Friday. And so, and then it's just constant communication, whether through email or chat. Even though they're not here, they feel like you're right. They're right here with us because, you know, we're truly developing a relationship with them, and they are a part of our team now, and we love having them, and we're so thankful for them.
It's like removing the virtual from the virtual leverage word, right? Removing it's just leverage. They're still part of the team, regardless if they're thousands of miles away from you and your business, right? Yes.
I make them tell me what they're going to do every weekend because I want them to have fun.
I think that's a good way to build on the relationship too, right? Getting to know them too.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's what we definitely try to do. I definitely wish them much health, happiness, just pure joy. And we are so thankful for them and how much they support us. And we are very grateful to have them as a part of our team, and just wish them just a lot of success.
Now, we are very, very excited to see, of course, where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Kristin, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Same here. Thank you. And you take care.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.